Hello everyone, welcome. My name's Melinda and I'm here with Creative Collections. Hello and welcome. Hey, well, I'm back. It has been a week, I'm telling you. Montana was awesome. It was hot, it was cold. We had some great racing. Rory didn't do as well as he had hoped he had done, but he learned a lot. So, and Piper, she grew a lot too. So as you're hopping on, be sure to say hello. I'm here in Washington State. Like I said, my name's Melinda. And if you are new, let me know where you're from. I love meeting new people. Okay, we're gonna make some fall decor tonight. And I'm trying to pull out my color palette, and I have no color palette. Hi Connie, hey Michelle, hi Tamisha. Connie, you're my first commenter tonight, so you get a ticket, and there it goes. Let me start my timer. Oh, hello. Okay, are you guys ready to craft? It has been a long time since I have picked up anything, so I probably have forgotten how to craft, I'm telling you. I do need my glue gun turned on. That is heated. I have been cutting wood all day, and so when I was cutting the wood, I designed on my other computer I designed this cute little topiary pumpkin that we're going to do, and I'm going to show you how it's put together. Okay, and we're going to use the club transfer. You get to watch me live. Well, yeah, because hi Teresa, you get to watch me live because your chaos is coming to an end. So Tamisha's daughter had her Kinsey a few weeks ago, and so she was really busy for a couple of months and didn't get to catch us live. But she's here, so. Okay, so we're going to use the club transfer. And so what I did was, I kind of cheated. I'm going to tell you how I did this, okay? I went on to Canva, and I found this image of stacked pumpkins, okay? And so then I saved it as a download, I think as a PDF or whatever. Anyways, I was able to take the images off, and voila, we have a really cute little pumpkin thing. And then we have a bow that we're going to, my bow didn't turn out as cute as but we're still going to use it. And then I put the wrong wood in the laser. I designed this for a 1/4 inch, okay? And this is like a 1/4 of an inch, or no, an 1/8. Anyways, I would have to recut the base because it's not going to work because I used the wrong wood, but we're going with it. We're going with it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm not going to have to paint this whole entire thing, but I am going to use Marmalade, the darkest of our paste in fall colors. And I'm just going to paint around the edges, okay? So you don't have to, don't waste your paste, right? So I just want to paint around the edges here, okay? And like I've always said, my wood cutouts are available upon request. I haven't uploaded anything to Etsy. So if you see it, you like it, let me know. Okay, so this is all I'm doing is painting around the edges, prepping, because you're going to see a little bit of color of the wood on when we put the finished parts down. Okay, so you just want to paint the edges, and then I'm going to just grab a little bit of espresso, okay, like so, okay, just like that. And I don't have any water. Hold on, please. Hold on. I have no water. My sink leaked on me. I had a flood in here, I think the day before we left for Montana. And Matt is he's going to fix it, I guess. I don't know. So I may be going back to no sink. Okay. So we're going to set this aside. This is done. Set that aside to worry about. So I was trying to figure out a color palette, and I was thinking, oh, you know what? Aren't these pretty? But I want to use this ash. I think I'm going to use ash. I'm going to use our marigold, and I think I'm going to use sage. I was trying to determine whether or not, if I wanted to go, okay, so if I wanted to go with this color palette, so top pumpkin, middle, bottom, or if I wanted to go with this color palette, top, middle, bottom. So let me know, which one would you go? I know I'm going with vanilla, so we're going to start with vanilla. So which color palette would you go with? Let me know in comments, because I don't know. I think whatever we use is going to be gorgeous, so. Green and gray. Yeah, I was looking at some fall pumpkin colors, and the ash, the dark gray is like very popular. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna definitely go with that color, but I have a fly in here. Faye, if you're on, that fly is back. I think he came to life. No, I had the door open today. I had a fire in my laser. Not really. Vanilla, sage, and ash. That's what I was thinking about doing. Okay. And then I think we're going to, I don't want to use caramel. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use moss. I pulled moss out. Do I still have it out? No. There we go. Go away, fly. Shoo, fly, shoo. Okay, let me dry this because I'm going to be putting 2 coats on. Connie says not ash. Hi, Deborah. Green and gray. Yeah. I'm going to go with the dark. Do you all see this fly? Yeah, it wasn't like a full blown on fire, but the wood caught, like had embers. That happens sometimes, because like when you're cutting wood and if the wood has a knot in it, you can definitely, get, look at that. I just messed it up because I had my finger on there and it wasn't completely dry. That's okay. Oh my gosh, Piper, the kids are over because Roy totaled one of his cars this week. And so the kids are over. Steve's like looking at it because it's got to go to a welder and get some things welded on. And so he had to tear it apart to make sure that he didn't bend the cage. The flies and bees have been setting off your cameras. Oh, you're going to have fun with some clay, Michelle. And so anyways, Leanna was out here while I was cutting this wood. And Piper, she comes in and she's like, "Ooh, what are we making?" And I'm like, I'm not making anything. Not for you. Not with you. I haven't crafted in a week. But just a FYI, she's spending the night with me on Thursday. So she will most likely be out here with us crafting. So I'm going to have to come up with a craft-friendly project for her. For some reason, this sandpaper didn't want to sand, but my pumpkin is dry. So let's see. There we go. So I'm just sanding this down, kind of getting a smooth image surface. Yeah, y'all figure out what I'm saying. Like I said, I haven't crafted in over a week. I thought about crafting. I was like, ooh, what could I make? Okay. But yeah, it was, I need to get my wipes. It was windy there. It was a constant gust of wind. And yeah, there would be no crafting. Tamisha, you're my last commenter. You get a ticket. Aw, I bet you miss her, huh? Turquoise. Ooh. Turquoise would be... I did pull out the couture teal, and I thought about like the couture teal in the lagoon. Where is it at? But I thought about like putting just a little bit of lagoon in my teal. So that could be a option. I don't know. We'll see. The one color I know I am using is vanilla. That is a for sure thing. I am using vanilla. That's espresso. Didn't I pull bark out? I thought I grabbed bark and I must have set it back in. Oh no, I pulled moss out. Oi. Right. You want to make sure that you are kneading it really well, though. Okay? Ooh, that looks horrid. That you want to make sure that you knead it really well. And then you'll be fine. I think we're going to... I'm gonna pull bark, but I can't find it. It's not. Did I use all my bark? Oh, that's espresso. That's espresso. Uh-oh. We might have a pace crisis. Hold on. That's camel. Uh-oh. Crisis averted. Okay. Here's some bark. Oh, fun. Yeah, so you remember I used the molds to, oh, that's what I wanted to show y'all. Okay. So, remember I told you I thought about crafting. I looked up crafting and I saw this really cool, let me go grab a mold. I'm going to show you. So then that way while I am doing this, it will have time to dry. I'm going to stir this up. Whenever you get paste, you want to make sure you stir it really well. Sometimes, I don't know, like with me, mine sits, you know, because I buy it pretty much in bulk. So, because I use a lot of it. So it sits, and so you want to make sure that you are, oh, that's better. Stirring your paste up. Okay, that's much better. Sorry, I could not let that. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Moss, I don't like the color. Everything I use with it, I just don't like it. Okay, so let me grab a mold. Okay, so I saw this article, I was reading this thing, and it said on there, instead of using resin, use hot glue. So, like in your molds, so watch, we're going to use hot glue. We're going to see if this works. So while I'm doing the pumpkins, but it said to use, instead of using resin, which y'all know can be either a hit or miss, right? Talked about using the hot glue in your molds. Hold on. Doesn't matter what the backside looks like. Okay. Okay. We're going to set that aside and let it sit up. Okay. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget to show y'all. Okay. Okay, that one is ready. Okay, so I know vanilla. What colors did we decide? I think we're going to do vanilla. We're going to do sage. And then I think, oh gosh, I love sage. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. So Wednesday's Matt's last day. So I won't be live on Wednesday because I have to take him to the airport Thursday. So we're going to the beach. We're taking the grandkids to the ocean. We gave them a choice because we're like, oh, let's do something fun. And so we were like, do you guys want to go to the zoo? Do you want to go to the beach? Do you want to go to Wild Waves? And they were like, let's go to the beach. So we decided we're going to take them to the beach. So we're leaving very early and probably getting back really, really late. And Piper was like, when she was like, the beach, and then she made a comment because here in Washington, we have like the Puget Sound area, which has beaches, but they're not sandy, they're rocky. They have rocks, like pea-sized rocks and stuff. And Leanna and Steve, they took the kids to the Owens Beach, one of the local beaches, a few months ago, just to go play in the tide pools and all that good stuff, right? And she had her Crocs on, and she was like, it's rocky. The rocks kept on getting in her Crocs and stuff. And so she did not like that beach. So when they decided the beach, she goes, is it going to be sandy? She had a good week of racing. She went out there and raced her little heart out. And one of the funny, okay, so then we have that. Let me make sure that I like those colors together. One of the nights, we had a really bad thunderstorm come in. And anyways, the way the track was so banked, when the water, it just pooled to the bottom, and it was cement, so it made like a lake, and we were calling it Little Daytona. And now I have to decide, am I going to do, okay, here's the thing, which color, I'm going to mix, I'm going to use, if I do this color combo, it'll be the teal with a little bit of lagoon. So do I do ash, or let's call it dark teal? And so anyway, she was told specifically to stay out of the water. And she took her bike, and she came up and she was sopping wet. And she goes, it was an accident, my bike did it. And so she didn't have dry shoes for the next day, and so she had to wear her brother's racing shoes. And she was like, these are boy shoes. These are, she didn't like them. She threw a fit and everything. Anyway, she got out there and she went so fast. And okay, Ash. And she went so fast. And so the next day was her actual race, her A-main race. And she was getting ready, and she goes, where's my racing shoes? She goes, those make me go so fast. So I guess we're going to have to find her some girl racing shoes. But she was so happy. It was the first time she's ever gotten a trophy. She earned it because she raced. Even though there was only 2 of them, she still raced. So I was so proud of her. Like I said, Rory, he did really well. It's just he was the youngest driver in the senior class. He was the tiniest driver in the senior class. And some of these boys, man, some of them had facial hair. Facial hair. And it was like, dude, you know, they have years and years of experience. He was really upset. But we're like, you'll get it next year or the year after that. You know, you still have quite a few years ahead of you. Okay, so there's our bow. Like I said, my bow didn't turn out as cute as I had wished. But that's okay. Okay, so we decided on ash. We'll see how ash goes. And you know, if we don't like it, we can change it. I do like this color. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Part of me is like, oh, you know what? Let me look. That's gonna be okay. Whoops. That's gonna be okay. It'll be fine. It will be fine. So yeah, we're pretty proud of Piper. Piper was pretty proud of herself. And then traffic on the way home was horrible. Between road construction and just heavy traffic, it was bad. One of the race car families, they left the night before. They left right after awards and stopped somewhere, you know, in the middle of the night or whatever. Anyways, Matt and I, we left at 5 yesterday morning from the hotel. And we caught up to them. Anyways, there's this highway from the main, from Interstate 90, there's a highway called 18. And this racer family, they were in that line for probably, he said, an hour waiting to get on I-5. And anyways, okay, so here's what it's going to look like. Here's our color palette. Oh yeah, I like it. Okay, so we're going to make sure these are dry. Anyways, I'm like, we saw the line. It was miles long for people getting onto 18. I'm like, I told Matt, I was like, oh no, I will go all the way into Seattle and come down I-5 before I sit for hours waiting to get on this cross highway. And so my GPS took me up 2 exits or whatever and came back and bypassed all that. And I was still able to get on 18, but I didn't have to stand in all that traffic. Anyways, I pulled on to 18, and that racer family was right behind me. It was so funny. He had just finally got on to 18. He had been stuck there for over an hour. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, thank you. Okay, we're gonna wax. We are going to wax. This is gonna be super cute. You'll see it. We're using the club transfer, okay? I'm not putting anything, I'm gonna do a second coat on that one. And I don't think I'm putting anything on that one. We're going to leave that one plain. Cute, right? Okay. So we're going to go, it's going to go up like that, and then we're going to put a bow on it. Oh my gosh, isn't that going to be cute? Okay. So we're using the club transfer. We've used it before. We're using it again. We'll probably use it one more time before the end of the month because it's just super cute. And if you liked this month's transfer, I've already seen next month's, and it's going to be super cute too. Okay. So what's great is that I am going to just put the pattern like so. Oops. Oopsie. So we're going to take that peony that we've been using, and we're going to color block the flowers. Like so. And then I'm going to peel this up just so that way that paste doesn't dry. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to do the same thing to the bottom one. But use your detail or your all-purpose tool, and you can get into the smaller areas. To be able to color block. So Tamisha, is Bella going to a new school next year, or is she going to stay at Thompson? Okay. So I'm going to just lift it and then bring it back down. How big is the I don't know. I'll measure it when I get it all put together. I'm going to say, oh, hold on, I can tell you. It's going to be about 13, 14 inches length. Deborah. So it's 14 tall. And then the widest, hold on, would be like 8 inches. I don't know, I just stretched it out on the laser. I didn't like, did I lose a ticket? Ah. New school. She's not going to be stargazed at me anymore. That makes me sad. Okay, I'm going to use sage. And this time around, I'm going to use our detail, which is a smaller squeegee because those leaves are really tiny. I'm going to start down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to start pasting the leaves in. And when you look at, patterns that have like, all this extra that you could do, be like, oh my gosh, that's just too much detail work. It goes really quickly, as you can see. So it's not that bad. It goes real quick. Use the right tool for the job. Oh, I missed a pink flower. I'll have to get that before I lift it up completely. Okay, so we're going to lift it. Cute. Okay. Let me grab that pink flower before I forget it. Yeah, it's a good size. And I was playing around. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could do this. And so I was like, might as well play around. I'm sitting in here waiting for wood to burn. Okay. Now let's go ahead and I have a really cute witch's boot that I designed too. I was like, ooh, this could be cute. And I cut some ghost. I was a cutting or a designing fool. I should have took my computer. I did not take my computer to Montana. And I'm kind of wishing I had now because I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all the stuff I could have designed. Okay, so we're going to lift that up. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to use, I'm going to use ash for the bows. So we're going to Is this something that you would want to do if you're a club member with your, you don't have to do it with this wood piece, but you could do it with others. Very cute, right? Cute idea. And if you're not a club member and you want to do this and sign up for the club, just let me know. Okay. Look how cute that is. So cute. Okay. Done with ash, and then we're going to pull vanilla. pull in the vanilla. But it's starting that time of year to start getting ready for our fall decor, right? And I couldn't even tell you what is going on with chalk as far as specials right now. I haven't stayed up to date like I normally do, so I apologize. I do know we have our, they're calling it chalk dollar section, I think. Anyways, it's like surfaces that you can get for like 2 for a couple of bucks. Kind of like how Target does theirs. I think it's called the chalk spot. Anyways, how Target does their dollar spot. Chalk is now going to be doing that. So if you want some perfect size surfaces for your transfers, because we all know Dollar Tree's going up in price, you might as well join as a Perks member, get your 30% off, and get the chalk spot surfaces for little to nothing. Because you can't get 30% off at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is now, I think, $1.50. Okay. There we go. Do you love the ash? Do you love this? Okay, I'm going to grab a towel, and if you're not near a sink or your sink doesn't work, just grab a towel, spray some water on it, because I'm just preventing the paste from drying in the silk screen. And then I'll take it into the house to wash. Not a big deal. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? Oh, look how stinking cute that is. Okay. I said I was going to put a second coat of sage on. So let's go ahead and do that now. And we'll dry it, and then we're ready to put this baby together. Yeah, I think it went up 20. Yeah, I think it's $1.50 now. I think it's going to be fine. We'll see. I'm going to recut the base, and I'll show you all tomorrow. For it to stand, because like it's not going to work tonight. Okay. And it's going to be fine. I think it'll be fine. Teresa. You just got your club today. Woohoo! Yay, I'm glad you got it. Okay. So, it's going to go that way. So, like that. Okay. Do y'all see it? Do you see the vision? Okay. I'm going to take the centerpiece. We're going to glue it down. Just using some hot glue. You can use wood glue. Use whatever works for you. Like so. And then we have a cute little bow. That I just broke. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay, oh my gosh, isn't that the cutest? So in a perfect world, and not mine, the base would fit. We would paint this and it would slip in. So as you can see, it's perfect. The problem is I used the wrong wood. So the base is thicker. I need to make a new base for a thinner piece of wood, which I'll do that tomorrow. And then it would stand like so. So it would stand up as a shelf sitter. Okay. So, what do y'all think? Isn't that cute? Just another way to use your club transfer and think outside the box. I love this. This turned out so cute. And I stayed within the color palette that I wanted, and yeah. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Now I will be back tomorrow with another inspirational project. Oh, remember, oh, you guys were supposed to remind me. So if you have, oh, look at that, it just came out. Oh my gosh, it came out perfect. Whoops, you guys can't see, I'm not under the right camera. Anyways, let's see. If you have molds, I would put more hot glue in. If you have molds, but you don't want to use resin for whatever reason, you can do, okay, that one didn't turn out very good. You can do it with hot glue. And then I believe, let's try it. Let's just use ash because it's darker color and it comes up. I believe you can paint it. So if you have some molds, or if you see, you know, like you can get some cute molds really cheap. Yep, so you can paint it. So that's a cool technique, way to use your molds with hot glue if you don't want to do resin. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back tomorrow with another inspirational project. Maybe we'll make those cute little ghosts I cut out today. I don't know. I think I'm going to save those for Piper on Thursday. I think she can handle white paste. Do y'all think she can handle white paste? White and pink paste? I think so. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here, go relax, and I will see y'all tomorrow night. So until then, y'all have a great Tuesday, and if you are crafting, have fun at it, okay? See y'all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.